What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I'm gonna talk real low tonight for reasons unknown, but I'm talking kind of low tonight. But anyway, we're gonna get into what we want to talk about, man. How much of your life do you actually really control? We don't have the control that we like to act like we have. We far from it. When you think about every aspect of your life, from the morning you wake up to the time you go to bed, pretty much everything you do is under the umbrella of what some system has set up for you and I to do. Um, when you get up and go to work, you're typically going to work for someone else whose wealth and who the perpetuation of their company is being fueled by you. You're not the owner in most cases. You're not a higher up, not the founder of the company in a lot of cases. So a lot of people who are employed in this country and all around the world are contributing to the wealth of somebody else. And in a lot of cases, it's not even a job you want. It's just what was available and what you had to take because you got to eat, you got to pay bills. When you think about a lot of us are kind of caught under this spell of this political spell that we're under, and we will choose sides in a country where we've never been included on either side. So we'll say I'm a Democrat, we'll say I'm a Republican, and we start to debate and argue with each other over candidates that have been chosen for you to choose from. So you had no power, no control over that. So now you go into war with each other behind who's the best person to continue to oppress you. I want to pick the best oppressor for me and my family. Um, the way you raise your children. There are things that the law says you absolutely not only cannot do, that you better not do. There are people who still believe in and discipline their children um, by spanking the child, whooping the child, not abusing, not abusing the child, but on some spatter rod, spoil the child type stuff. And this society will say, nope, you can't do that. You can't discipline your own child in that way because if you do, there'll be a consequence that we impose on you. So a lot of people have it in their mind that, man, it's only so far I can go in the actual raising of my own children. Music, TV. Somebody said, man, turn on the radio. You say, well, man, I don't really want to hear that, man. I don't really want to see that type of content on the TV and this and that. And so you flipping channels and you can't really escape it. You changing the I just did some old school stuff, right? You changing the radio dial and you really can't escape it because you don't control to a degree if you want to go through those channels. Of course, you can say now, hey, well, I can create my own playlist and all that, but you don't really control it at the root. So there's a lot of things that we do in this society on a daily basis. Even some of the laws that are set up, they are not set up in your favor or my favor, and changing them would take hell and high water. So when you come to that understanding, that realization, the next question is, okay, well, what do we do? How do we fix that? How do we fix that? The solution is not going to be an easy fix, but unifying is the solution. Our unity is stronger than an atomic bomb, so says the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And if we was to come together on certain aspects of life, then we could slowly start moving towards real independence because the truth is no matter what we do, even those of us who say, man, I got my own thing, I'm doing this myself, I got my own business, you know, at some point, we still have to go through them. There's a bank that we got to go through to try to get a loan. You know, there's a permit that we got to try to get in order to do this. So there's so many things that we think we are in control of that we're not. That when we look at on the basic levels that I'm speaking on, then it makes you truly kind of see it for what it is. And even when you decide, okay, well, let me go head on and start trying to push that and try to do things outside of the lines of what they say we're allowed to do, they'll come for you on that. People who try to grow their own food can't really do that, can you? Because if you do to a certain level, they're gonna try to shut you down because they have decided, okay, look, no, this is the food that we want you to eat. It starts from birth, man. They start you out early, giving you basically a layout of how you're supposed to live your life. Grow up, go to school, go to college. They forgot the get in debt part. Get a degree that we give you. Go work for somebody that we designate you to work for. And work there for 30, 40 years. Retire when you're old and broke down and used up. And then just eventually die off. So how much of our life are we really in control of? And those of us who even have money, they say, well, man, there's people out there, man, there's black folks, there's millionaires and billionaires and all that. They are under somebody's control. They got it worse than us in a lot of situations. Because the higher that the stakes are, then the more emphasis they put on those brothers and sisters to make sure that they walk the line the way that they're supposed to walk the line. So think about that, man, and let's start trying to work towards some real freedom and some real independence, and it starts with our unity. And y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section and tell me what y'all think. It's your big brother K-Rino. Catch y'all later on. Peace.